What would happen if a prophet from the Bible was taken up through seven heavens, allowed to see the glorious throne of God, to hear the songs of thousands of angels, and even to witness prophecies about the coming of the Messiah? You won't find this story in most Bibles today. Yet, it was recorded in an ancient and mysterious book, one that many traditions later set aside, because its content seemed too incredible, too controversial. In our journey today, we will explore the ascension of the prophet Isaiah, a visionary and apocalyptic text filled with wonder. This is not merely a tale of heavenly visions. It opens a sweeping picture of the cosmic struggle between light and darkness, between God and Satan, and the plan of salvation that was prepared long before the Messiah came into the world. Imagine this. Every heaven Isaiah sends reveals a hidden mystery, from the angels who guard the order of the universe, to the mighty archangels who wage war against the powers of darkness. From the terrifying image of fallen angels bound in chains of shadow, to the breathtaking moment when the Son of God leaves his throne of glory, taking on human form and stepping into our world. What makes this book so unique is the way it retells the story of the incarnation of Messiah, not only as an earthly event, but as a divine descent, a heavenly march through seven realms. It is a journey both majestic and humble, and at the same time, the beginning of the great battle to defeat Satan and bring salvation to humankind. In the next part, we will follow the prophet Isaiah as he travels through each heaven. Let your imagination soar, because this is not just an ancient manuscript. It is an invitation into a journey that opens new perspectives on the heavenly realms, on angels, and on God's great plan for humanity. When Isaiah began his supernatural journey, he not only saw things that human eyes could never see, but he also became a witness to a reality far greater than anything humanity had ever known. Imagine walking beside him, each heaven opening before your eyes like a doorway into the deepest secrets of the universe. The first heaven, where the order of the cosmos is preserved, the journey begins at the lowest heaven. Here, Isaiah sees angels with a strange task. They do not wield swords, nor do they sing hymns, but instead they maintain the movement of the stars, the sun, and the moon. Think about it for a moment. In Genesis, we are told that God created the light to separate day from night, and the stars to mark the seasons and years. But in this vision, Isaiah witnesses angels at work behind the veil, ensuring that the universe does not collapse into chaos. Every orbit, every motion of the planets, every shimmering star is not just a physical phenomenon. It is tied to divine hands and angelic service. This reminds us that even in our daily world, we may be living within an order sustained by unseen powers our eyes cannot perceive. The second and third heavens, messengers of God ascending higher, Isaiah meets angels who deliver God's messages to humanity. We are familiar with this image from the Bible. The angel Gabriel announcing to Mary, the angel appearing to Daniel, or the messengers guiding Israel. But here Isaiah sees not one, but an entire host of such angels. Some watch over souls. Others ensure that events on earth unfold according to God's plan. This opens a striking thought. When we pray, when we stand at a great decision in life, perhaps angels are already moving unseen, arranging everything so that the will of God may be fulfilled. This vision is not just ancient. It is a reminder that the spiritual world still surrounds and interacts with us today. The fourth heaven, where darkness is imprisoned, reaching the fourth heaven, the atmosphere changes completely. No longer radiant light, Isaiah now beholds a chilling, heavy scene. Before him are the fallen angels, those who once rebelled, now chained, awaiting judgment. Imagine the dread of seeing beings who once shone with light, now trapped in darkness for their pride and rebellion. This recalls Revelation, where Satan and his army are cast down, or Isaiah's vision of Lucifer, who sought to exalt himself above the Most High. This is not merely a terrifying vision. It is a warning. It shows the consequence of pride and rebellion. It also reminds us that the spiritual battle is not only on earth, but rages in the unseen heavens. The fifth and sixth heavens, absolute purity continuing upward, Isaiah beholds realms more radiant than anything human eyes can imagine. In the fifth and sixth heavens, he encounters angels of absolute purity, beings who have never left heaven, never touched corruption or earthly temptation. They sing praises unceasingly, their voices echoing like endless waves across eternity. There is no shadow, no rebellion, only harmony, radiant light, and joy in serving Creator. Why was Isaiah shown this? Perhaps so that he and we today may understand, beyond the fall, beyond the darkness, there still exists a realm of absolute holiness. This is the destiny God longed for humanity, a place without sorrow or rebellion, only everlasting praise. The seventh heaven, the throne of glory and the prophecy of the Messiah. At last Isaiah enters the highest heaven, where he sees the throne of God's glory. Around it stand the seraphim and cherubim, fiery beings crying without ceasing, "Holy, holy, holy." This is the climax of the journey, but not the end. For here Isaiah is given a vision. The Son of God will leave this glory, descending through each heaven, gradually taking on human form. Picture it. He who dwells in eternal light, step by step lowering himself, leaving behind splendor to enter the world's darkness. With each heaven passed, he lays aside more glory, until at last he appears as a man, born of a virgin, living among humankind, facing Satan, suffering, and finally conquering death. This is the very heart of the story. The incarnation is not only an earthly event. It is a cosmic journey. It is God's eternal plan. His Son humbling himself to save humanity and defeat the enemy in the spiritual war. The cosmic war and Satan's fear. One striking detail in this vision is Satan's reaction. As the Messiah descends, Satan and his fallen angels tremble. They know that the mission of the Son of God means the end of their dominion. This recalls scenes in the Gospels when demons cried out at the sight of Jesus, "Have you come to destroy us?" They knew who he was. They knew their time was ending. Isaiah's vision shows that this destiny was foreseen in heaven itself. This is not merely the story of a man's birth. It is the story of a war that began before creation. And most importantly, the victory belongs to the light. The meaning for us today hearing this story, one may ask, what does it mean for us in the 21st century? First, it reminds us that life is not limited to what our eyes see. Behind the material world lies a spiritual reality, where angels, demons, and the plan of God are still unfolding. Second, it offers comfort. If the Son of God was willing to leave his glory, descending to the heavens to dwell among us, then he is willing even now to enter your life. He understands your pain, your temptations, and the battles within your soul. Finally, it encourages us, though the spiritual battle continues, the outcome has already been decided. The victory belongs to God, and we are invited to share in that triumph. Through faith, through steadfastness in daily life. The journey of Isaiah through the seven heavens is not merely a mysterious tale from an ancient text. It is like a grand panorama unfolding before our eyes, a vision where the heavens, the angels, the forces of darkness and light intertwine in a cosmic battle. And at the very center of it all stand the Messiah. We have seen him leave his throne of glory, descend through each heaven, humbling himself to become human in order to bring redemption. We have seen Satan tremble, knowing that his defeat has already been decreed. And we have also seen the vision of victory, where the Son of God not only rises from the dead, but restores order to both the heavens and the earth. This story, though it may seem distant and mysterious, actually touches our lives today. It reminds us that faith is not just an abstract belief, but participation in a divine plan prepared since eternity past. When you choose to walk in the light, you are standing alongside the angels, joining their ranks in a spiritual battle whose outcome is already assured. Think about this for a moment. If the entire heavenly host is united in a great symphony of praise to the Creator, then every prayer, every act of faith in your life is like a note in that same divine song. You may feel small, but in the eyes of God, you are part of the grand vision Isaiah once beheld. As we close this journey, we do not only remember the radiant images of angels or the terrifying visions of darkness. We remember the central message, that the Messiah chose to humble himself out of love. He did not come only to repair what was broken on earth, but to restore the entire universe. And what about you? As you hear this story, are you ready to see your life through a new perspective? The perspective of someone living within a plan greater than yourself? Are you ready to walk with the faith that even in the midst of darkness, light always prevails? Perhaps this is the invitation for us today, to live as if we truly are part of this battle, for in reality, we are. Walk with faith, hold fast to hope, and take part in the victory that has been decreed since the beginning of time. And when you think of Isaiah's journey, remember this. The battle between light and darkness is not only happening in some far-off realm, it is also unfolding within the heart of every one of us. Each day, you and I are given a chance to choose which side we will stand on. And the most beautiful truth is this: the final victory already belongs to the light.